will take you to court to get the money back. I've bought homes, I have sold homes, and let me tell you something, there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of stuff you need to know, a lot of expertise, and nobody better right here at home than Stacey Carnes at United Country Wilson Realty, top realtor, here to get us real estate ready. Stacey Carnes, good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on in real estate? Don't forget that. Don't answer that question. We're going to jump right into it, okay? The first thing you need to know is the first thing you need to know. Let's say somebody is trying to buy a home. They think, now's the time, I'm going to go buy a home. What are the first thing or things they need to do?
Well, pick up the phone and call me for sure.
What's your number?
821-4804.
Excellent.
Well, first thing you need to do is get pre-qualified.
What does that mean?
Well, you need to call a lender and see what can you afford. Everyone thinks, okay, I can $150,000. That's usually what they think they can do. Well, not necessarily, because you need to know how much debt do you have, how much income do you bring in, and they go off your gross income, not what you actually bring home.
You know, that's an interesting point because you get all these mortgage calculators online, and you punch in the number of a home, and you think, oh, okay, I can afford that, without considering anything else.
Right.
And the process that a lot of people follow, I've been guilty of this too, you just go look at a home and say, okay, I like this home, can I afford it? Instead of starting with, what can I afford?
Yes. Well, and then too, when you do those mortgage calculators, that's not considering your property taxes and your home insurance or your monthly MIP. It's very misleading online.
MIP, what do you mean by that?
Monthly mortgage insurance premium. So if you're doing an FHA loan or a USDA loan, that is factored into your payment.
So step one,
you need to get pre-qualified.
Get pre-qualified.
Yes.
Do you help with that? I mean, do you make recommendations?
I do. I can direct someone into a lender. We do that all the time because a lot of people don't know where to start and they're intimidated by it.
I'm guessing you utilize a variety?
Yes. We have local lenders that we use, or a lot of times they'll get online and use a national lender. Of course, we like our local lenders best.
Of course.
Right. So we direct them there.
The pre-qualification is important because it lets the home buyer know what they can realistically afford?
Correct. And then they know what their payments are going to be. And then same for the selling side, we don't want to take a buyer into a house that's not qualified to buy the house.
Do you see a lot, you raise an interesting point. Do you see a lot of people who are just, they're just maybe new to it, or they're just so starry-eyed that they go for the brass ring first?
Yes.
They go to the 2,500 square foot home with 5 bedrooms, and there's just no way in the world they could afford that.
Right. And you don't want to offend somebody by saying, let's get pre-qualified, but you don't want them to fall in love with this $200,000 home that they do not qualify for. And then they find out they qualify for a $100,000 home. And then they're very disappointed. Okay.
So you call a realtor, call you,
yes,
and you say, you know what, we need to set you up with a lender so we can see what you can actually afford.
Yes.
About how long generally does the pre-qualification process take?
We can do that real quick. They'll do a quick glance at their credit, find out how much they make, look at their debts. It's called a debt-to-income ratio to see where they fall. Then we can start looking, and then they will do a full credit application and get a little bit deeper into the process.
Is buying and selling homes, is it truly seasonal where, okay, in the winter it goes a little dormant, then boy, when March comes and it gets warmer, people start thinking, this may be a time to move?
It stays busy almost all year long. However, it does pick up quite a bit in the spring. And then summertime, it's really busy. You have people that will look later when they get off work because it's later than the day, obviously. So it is seasonal.
So with warmer weather, people are moving. We're talking to top realtor Stacey Carnes this morning at United Country Wilson Realty. She is helping you get real estate ready. All right, we've talked about the first steps a buyer should take when they want to buy a home. The importance of getting pre-qualified.
Yes.
Let's say that happens. They find a number of a house that they can afford. What then?
Well, then we start looking. So typically what I do is I'll start looking online for the price range that they want to stay in. Just because they qualify for $150 doesn't always mean they want to be at $150,000. So we start pulling online. I'll send them what's available. Most of the time they want to drive by, see if they like the neighborhood, and then we start going into houses.
Well, let's skip forward and say, okay, somebody has found a home that they want and that maybe they can afford. making an offer. Is this when the dance begins,
This
the whole
is when
haggling?
it does. And it's very nerve-wracking for both buyer and seller. They get very impatient. We all like instant gratification and want to know now. So the waiting part is very difficult for people.
So they
Make
do,
an offer.
do they have the realtor, like if they're using you to buy the home, do they say to you, okay, here's what I want you to offer them, and have you go do it, or they do it directly?
No, we do it. We put it in writing. Most importantly, we write up a contract, and then I present it. If it's my seller, I present it to my seller. If it's not, then I present it to the other realtor, and they pass it on. So if it's another realtor involved, then sometimes it takes a little bit longer, and that's where it gets really hard for someone to wait.
Matt, the time's already flown by. We're getting real estate ready this morning with top realtor Stacey Carnes at United Country Wilson Realty, and we got to go back to step one, which is call Stacey Carnes. What is your phone number one more time?
580-821-4804.
Do you have an online presence people can access?
Yes, you can go to staceycarnes.com or email me, and it's STACEY. Everybody likes to misspell that.
Really? They leave the E off, or do they make it IE?
Both.
But it's STACEY. Carnes.
Yes.
.com?
Yes.
That's it.
Super easy.
Where's your office?
521 West 3rd.
Do you get many people actually walking in? Does everybody call or go online first?
Usually call first or go online. A lot of people go online. Facebook is huge. Stacey Carnes Realtor.
All right, I've got to turn you loose. Chad
Okay.
Roper is waiting on you.
All right.
He wants badly to talk to you
Yes.
right now.
Can't
Stacey,
wait.
thanks for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you.
Thanks for helping us get real estate ready.
Appreciate it.
Top realtor Stacey Carnes at United Country Wilson Realty, 821-4804. Got big eclipse plans?